What's going on, guys? Today we're doing a guitar lesson of Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters. Pretty easy song, pretty easy guitar chords. First thing we want to do is tune up. It is tuned to standard tuning. So starting with the low string, here's my E. Next string down is A. Next string down, D. Fourth string down is G. Fifth string down is B. And the last string is high E. Alright, so what we're doing today is the usual plan. I'm going to play through the guitar track with a few little added overdubs, and then we'll do the breakdown after that. Here we go. Okay, guys, that's it for the guitar lesson, for the playthrough. Skipped a few progressions there, but it's the same chords through and through. Your first chord you're going to use to play the song to start it off is going to be a basically like a B major. So just kind of like a B major or B, I guess that would be, this would be a B major chord right here. The second fret of the A string, except you're basically taking your index finger and you're letting those high strings ring open, and you're also not playing anything on the B string. So it's just going to be the second fret on the A string, fourth fret on the D, fourth fret on the G, open B string and open high E string, and you're not playing the low E string at all. So you use that chord to start the song off. And the next chord is basically, you're kind of flipping the chord a little bit, with a few exceptions. You're going to play the 4th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string. This is, this is the 2nd fret right here on the G string. And then of course you're going to let that B and that high E ring open. Once again, you're not hitting the low E string. You can see I'm using my middle finger here just to kind of rest on top of that string so I don't accidentally hit it. Now you can see the next chord is going to be an E major chord. You can see right here I'm going to use my, I'm going to keep my ring finger and my pinky in the same position it's in now to basically just slide back 2 frets. And then now I'm going to be playing the 1st fret on the G string with my index finger to get that E major chord. This time you can hit the low E string. And that's really it for the verse. There are a few overdubs. I guess we'll go ahead and go over the overdubs for the verse now since we're on the verse. Some of the few overdubs that I hear, it's going to be an octave apart. You're going to be on the 2nd fret of the A string and the 4th fret of the G string. Everything else is muted. You're just playing those 2 notes. So you can see I'm taking that 2nd fret, sliding it to the 4th fret, and of course the 6th fret on the G string, and then I stay in that fret for a little bit, and then bend it a half step up to the 5th. So I bend it to the 5th, go back to the 4th, and then you're going to slide from the 4th to the 2nd again. So together, that's going to sound like this. That's the very first time he stays in that 2nd fret. He ends it in the 2nd fret. Basically, every other time around, next time he plays it and the time after that, he'll play the same thing, but at the tail end, he'll change from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the low E string. And what I mean by that, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate what I mean. So you're going to start that riff off on the 2nd fret, slide to the 4th fret, do the bend, go back to the 2nd fret, and then he plays the 4th fret on the low E string and just stays on that 4th fret. Okay, so the next part of the verse, another fill-in for the, well, I guess that's a pre-verse, so the actual verse. The difference here on this verse is I am using my index finger to bar the 2nd fret completely from the A string down to the high E string. So that means I'm playing the 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, 2nd fret on the B and the E string. And there's no real pattern to this one, but he just he'll play like an arpeggio, so he'll pick the notes out separately, just to get the kind of a little more of a subtle sound. So the way I play it, and it's not always the same, I'll hit the A string, D string, G string, and then I'll pick upwards on the B, or excuse me, on the high E, and I'll hit the B in the process. Same pattern for the next chord. This chord is the same chord he used in the second part of the pre-verse. So that's going to be again 4th on the A, 4th on the D, 2nd on the G, open B and open high E string, and then you're going to play that E chord again. that's it for the verse, guys. There is an overdub, and he's playing the 4th fret on the G string, B string, and 2nd fret on the high E string. This pattern I used to pick here is the G, B, G, high E string. So that's going to be 4-4-2. It's going to be 6-5-4. You know, of course, G string, B string, high E string, 6-5-4. Third part is the 4th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the high E string. You're using the same picking pattern the entire time. Okay, so that's it for the verse. The chorus, I guess you want to call it, is going to be a standard G chord. So that's going to be 3rd fret on the low E, 2nd fret on the B, or excuse me, on the A string. Open D, open G, 3rd fret on the B string, and 3rd fret on the high E string. You're going to go to an A, and I'm not sure if this is the chorus or it might actually be the tail end of the verse. I'm not really sure what to call this. Anyways, back to the chord here. This is going to be an A chord. It's going to be open A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and you're going to also play the 3rd fret on the high E string. When you play that second part of the chord here, it's just basically an A chord. You don't play this high E string. You basically just skip that. So that's going to be open A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, and 2nd fret on the B. Okay, so that's it for the chorus, or whatever you would like to call that. The bridge, as I'm almost certain it is very similar to the chorus. There's a lot of the same kind of chords. You're going to start this bridge on the same chord you used to open the song up. Then you're going to go to that G chord. You're going to go to a D chord, which is the open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B string, and 2nd fret again on the high E string. You're going to go to another, just a plain E chord, which we've already played before. You're basically, from this E chord, you're basically going to a G chord again, but you're going to use this segue here, which is just a 2nd fret on the low E string to get to that G. Then you're going to play that A progression that we played a minute ago for the chorus. So he'll play that a number of times, and so that's it for the chords. Fast forward to the end, which is just a little bit different. You're going to stay in this B chord, which starts the verse off. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm hitting the 4th fret on the G string. Of course, the rest of the guitar chord is ringing out as I'm playing it. So that 4th fret on the G string gets, the next note that's going to be played is the 4th fret on the B string. And then the note after that is going to be the 2nd fret on the B string, and also the 2nd fret on the high E string together.